I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, you're the colonel of Georgia Wing Civil Air Patrol.
Yes.
So, what do you do as when you're in your position?
So as wing commander, you have a number of responsibilities. You're responsible for overseeing all the missions of Civil Air Patrol, the finances, the administration, senior member advancement program, and then of course what's most near and dear to me, the cadet program, helping to plan encampments, getting to go out and visit squadrons, meet people. But bottom line for wing commander is pretty much we're responsible for everything that goes on within the wing. So everything from emergency services, cadet programs, to encampments, to all the way down to even just the routine squadron meetings. All that boils down to the wing commander.
Yes, sir. And earlier tonight, you talked about how you were prior enlisted. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, absolutely. So, well, first, I've got to preface that with I was actually a Civil Air Patrol cadet many, many years ago in Rome, Georgia. So, got my start in Civil Air Patrol, then went on in to join the Air Force. I was security forces in the Air Force. I was a ground combat skills instructor at Camp Willis, Texas. Was a master instructor. Taught a number of different courses, but the one that is most near and dear to my heart is a very unique training opportunity, and that is what we call the Ground Defense Leaders Course. It was students that were second lieutenants, first lieutenants, and captains, and all the cadre, all the instructors were all enlisted. So it really taught me a lot of skills about leadership, because I was trying to train and lead people who technically outranked me. And I needed to learn skills to develop their trust so they would want to follow me and they would want to learn. So I did roughly just under 16 years in the Air Force. They offered me the early retirement. Timing was right, so I took it.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. And what do you enjoy most about Civil Air Patrol?
Oh wow, that's an immediate, quick answer, and that is the cadet program. I love getting out, meeting the cadets, seeing what they're up to. I love seeing the cadets advance and promote. Love going to encampments. Cadet program is what's most near and dear to my heart. It is primarily the reason I applied to become the wing commander. I tell everybody that you guys are my battery now. Every time I'm feeling down or anything like that, I get out, I start getting with the cadets, and it re-energizes me and wants me to keep right on going. So, without a doubt, the cadet program.
Yes, sir. And my final question is, what makes a good leader?
Wow. I actually developed and teach a class. It's called the 10 Commandments of Leadership, according to Colonel Garrett. Number one commandment, and there's so many things that make a great leader, but the number one commandment is be yourself. People need to know who you are and what you're about for them to buy into you and want to follow you. So I can't try to be four different people and expect people to want to follow all four of those different people. So you have to develop the best you can develop. You have to become the best you can become. And with that, then you can be consistent in your leadership style. Doesn't mean we do everything the same all the time. You're the same person all the time. I've worked for people in the past that I always had to ask myself, is it going to be Dr. Jekyll coming through the door, or is it going to be Mr. Hyde coming through the door? So you actually show up at work already nervous and scared and not knowing which direction to go. So for you not to put your subordinates, those people who you want to follow you, in that position, you need to become the best you can become and become that consistent leader. That they know who you are, they know what you're about, they know your values, then they'll want to follow you. But if you keep them confused, they're not going to want to follow you.
That's an extraordinary piece of advice, and couldn't have said it better myself. So, thank you so much for joining me.
No, thank you.
Thank you for
My
participating
pleasure.
in the interview. So, this is Senior Airman Moore and Colonel Garrett signing off.